What a team. I think this one's alright, because I can, yeah. See that one? Yeah, because it's, yeah. Actually, have you given us the width wrong? It's flat. Right, because you've got like, I've effectively two in this.
What size bowl? Something that big?
Yeah, we'll just stop there. I think we'll take that bit down there.
You're a star, Kev.
Yeah.
Dad frightened the daughter because he went marching up. She got hit in the face with a stick in the park, and you leave kids.
So this is trench 8. So today it's mostly been about recording this section here. So we've cleaned up all of these Sarsens. So you can see now we've got all the ones in the middle down here. So we've got these here. These have all been cleaned up and now they've been recorded. What we've also recorded as well is the sections that are going through here where we've got a clay layer with this sort of chalky white material on top. So we've done section recordings of all of this here. So moving further along in trench 8, so we've cleaned up here. So we've had Mary have a look at this. So we've exposed some more of this context here, and this is the same as here. It's dark clay material. And the boundary for this here is this really hard material. So it's following that same cut line there. The next step for here is to have a look and see what's going on in terms of these stones, whether they're on top of this because they're rubble or whether they're in situ. So we're not sure what these are yet. We're over now into trench 10. So the aim of this trench is to try and find a corner piece. We haven't yet found a corner. We think this is still the outside possibly. It's a very clean clay material. We're still on demolition over here. And the sort of star of this trench today, which is what slowed us down quite a lot, is we found these bones. So today was mostly spent taking out everybody from the trench just in case it wasn't an animal, could have been human. But we're pretty sure this is an animal bone now, reasonably confident it is. We've got some leg bones coming along here. I'm not sure what this is, possibly pelvis, possibly collarbone, that's something reasonably thin. So they're sitting on top of a clay layer, and they're sort of sandwiched really closely in between this clay and then again this sort of chalky, bitty mix really, it's quite hard. So the plan for tomorrow is to keep removing this layer here and to try and bring this down. And then we're also going to bring that down so we can keep seeing if we've got a corner here, and then we'll pick all what's in the middle clean and see if we can find that return wall. So now we're over in trench 9. So what we've got here is we've got the wall here that is continuing on from our corner that young archaeologists were working on last week. So you can see that's still coming through here. What we've got is an interesting patch down here where there are no stones. So either a large stone has been removed or never were stones there. Open for thoughts on that one. Butting up to that, we've got this very clean, dark, black, grey material. So there's a definite line here, so whether that's a cut or whether it's the same as what we're seeing across the rest of the site. We are finding bits of flint in it again. So we've got some really nice worked flints that come out of it. But it's very clean, so we're going to keep going down with that. We think there's probably about another 6 inches to go. and we'll probably find some gravel mixture if it's the same as what we found in the adjacent trench.
Until I work out where it is I want to go with it.
My mate's doing, she's in her early 20s and she did her degree, first degree in the OU, and then she did a master's at Southampton and she's now doing her PhD at Southampton. So.
Yeah, it's just I had a lot more time last year because I worked a lot closer to home.
Yeah.
But also...
So we're just finishing up on day 2 for this weekend. So this is trench 8 again. If you remember from yesterday, we had some stones coming along here, which were sort of doing this kind of pattern, which we weren't sure if they were part of a return wall or if they were just tumble. So Mary today has cleaned all of this up. As you can see, this material here is what was underneath them, which they're just resting on, so they weren't in situ as a wall. And this is the same as this material we've got here, and we've got this cut line continuing on under all these branches along here, which you can see there. And we've got another sarsen. Didn't have enough on site, so we thought we'd find some more. So that's what's going on in this corner. Then if I go over here, at the end of yesterday, the trench ended at this line here, and we'd fully recorded all of these sarsens that had come up. We still aren't really sure what's happening with these, so what we've done is extend the trench another metre further along here. So we're heading west here, so we're headed over that way a metre. And we found yet another sarsen here so far. All we've really done is take the topsoil off here rather than anything else. It's already been disturbed from last season. So we've got the wall appearing here again, we've peeled that back, and we've got a possible cut coming through along here, which we'll investigate more next week. So now we're over in trench 9. So this is looking at the wall that's running from the west over to the east. So we found the wall which has all been uncovered. We've got this all cleaned up here. We had a cut line here which was next to some clay material along here. And what we wanted to do is see if we could understand if that clay level stopped. Because last week we found a gravel layer in the adjacent trench. So if I come down in here, what you'll see is we have gone down an incredibly long way and all we're still finding is clay. That clay is interspersed with lots and lots of very sharp worked flints and some broken bits of sarsen stone as well, which look to be perhaps almost a gravelly consistency. So we're not sure what's going on here. We still haven't hit the bottom, so be prepared for next week for that to get a bit deeper again. So we're over here in trench 10, so mostly today's been about tidying this trench up, see what we've got. We've picked clean a lot of this stuff here. We've still got what looks like a possible wall coming along here, or at least the demolition of that wall. And what that's joined by is a very clear cut here, which has got clay next to it. So we've got that there, and that's coming along here, like that. And there's a different context here, which is completely different, and that seems to have that clay level going along like that, as you can see there. We're not sure what this is yet. It's possible speculation it could be to do with a ditch or anything like that. So we're not sure if we've got the return wall. The other thing that's come up here, and I'm going to step in here so I can show you, is we've got who I'm calling Daisy. Thankfully not human, after a bit of worry on day 1. Appears to be some kind of animal, not sure what yet. But yeah, we need to investigate that further. It seems to be surrounded by this really bitty, chalky material and then resting on clay. So more investigation to come on that one at a later date.